Hello and welcome back. Today I am going to be talking about my Carnivore PSMF challenge. I'm explaining it because I've had a few different questions. Although when I talked about PSMF or protein sparing modified fast, I had a link in the notes of where to go to be able to figure out your own calculations because it is all individually based. But people wanted more information. So that's what I'm coming on today, explaining more information about this PSMF challenge. My name is Jessica Wolf. I have been on keto for 10 years, and as of July 1st, I decided to go carnivore. While I'm doing this carnivore, I'm making it interesting and doing different challenges. This week, I've been doing the protein sparing modified fast, or PSMF, challenge on carnivore, and it's been interesting. So I do want to give you a warning. I'm not sharing any medical advice. I'm not here to give you any type of treatments. I have no medical background. I am just sharing my experiences and the research that I find. So with the protein sparing modified fast, I do want to make clear it is a diet. It is not a lifestyle. It is not for someone who just wants to get a few pounds off. The protein sparing modified fast is really only suggested if you have 20 or more pounds to lose, because it is a more drastic diet. So it is not the same as keto, ketovore, or carnivore, which are lifestyles, which you could and you can live following those for years. So this is very different, and so I'm going to explain a little bit about it. I'll have a link to the website right here where you can go ahead and find out more information, as well as what your calories and carbohydrates and proteins and fats would be if you decided to follow it. Now, this may be for you. One of the things I know I was really nervous about is it's lots of lean meats. And on ketovore, I went with more red meats. And they had more fat and they were more filling. So I was eating 1, 2, sometimes 2 meals and a snack a day, and that was it. If you are transitioning from the standard American diet and used to eating 3 meals and 1 or 2 snacks a day, this may be the type of way of eating that'll help boost your weight loss. So I don't enjoy it a whole lot, but one of the reasons I'm not enjoying it is I feel hungry and I'm having to eat multiple times a day the longer I'm on this. So that's why I'm struggling after 10 years of not eating 5 to 6 meals a day and like down to mainly 2. I'm struggling having to eat more because it's consuming more time. So with this, I just want to say it is a very lean diet because there is only about 30 grams. You want to stay under 30 grams of fat for your protein sparing modified fast days. And for me, that's quite a bit. When I'm on keto, I was doing 70 to 80% of fat. And then my protein, where's my protein? My protein, you're supposed to eat almost a gram of protein per pound that you weigh on your ideal body weight. That's quite a bit. That's a lot of protein. And to try to come up with the foods, I mainly stayed with chicken and some fish for the most part. And I don't like either one of those. So that's another reason why this is a struggle. If you enjoy eating chicken and fish, you may enjoy this. So that's one of the things. So with the protein sparing modified fast, if you go to the website, Maria Emmerich's website, again, I'm going to put it here for you again to go to, and I will have a link below. It'll come up. You'll enter your information, height, weight, measurements, do you know your body fat, age, male, female, and there'll be 2 different sets of numbers that come up with your calories, fat, protein, and carbs. One is it's called the fat loss, and the other one is the PMF. protein sparing modified fast. You only do 3 PSMFs a day. The protein sparing modified fast is lower calories. It's more strict on how much fat you can have. And then on the opposite days, and then the other days, you can do the fat loss one, where you are able to have more fat, and it is much more keto friendly. And I can handle those days. It is, so you can have up to 3 protein sparing modified fast days in a week, and then the other 4 you would do the fat loss, and you'd be able to rotate between these. And the whole idea behind it is that you don't need as much fat because you're going to be burning the fat off of your body, but you do need to have some fat. Now, why? It's because you need to be able to absorb the nutrients that you are eating. And in order to absorb those nutrients, you do need to be eating some fat. So anyone that goes on these no-fat diets, their bodies aren't absorbing the nutrients. And if you have quite a bit of weight to lose and you're transitioning to the standard American diet to this will probably be really nice for you to follow. It'd probably be easier than a lot of the other low-fat diets out there. And really, within 3 months, all your cells in your body already renew and regenerate, and you go through autophagy, and then all your cells are constantly being broken down, the damaged cells being replaced with new cells, and you're constant. So within 3 months, you should really have a whole new body, all new cells. So if you have enough weight to lose and you went on this, you could ideally be a whole new person in 3 months. That's following, if you follow anything for 3 months, very strict, you're most likely going to have some pretty decent results. But you do have to remember and be careful about what you are putting in your body. And there's no cheat days. There is no such thing. You need to make rules for yourself. So that is I'm hoping that's a better explanation of what the protein sparing modified fast is. So with the different macros, it doesn't go by percentages, it goes by number of grams based on what your calculations are. So everyone's going to be different. So if you're a male and female are going to be different depending on your height and how much weight you have. It's all going to be different. However, for quite a few different people, I've seen the total carbs are going to be under 10 total carbs, and usually the fat is usually around 30 or below, just because you do need to have around about that much fat in your system in order to absorb those nutrients. And then the protein is the big fluctuator depending on how much weight you have to lose. And that can be challenging unless you love having chicken and fish, which I'm sorry, I do not. So this challenge has been really a struggle for me, and I've even complained to my girls. I'm like, this is a struggle for me. I feel like I have to eat all the time, but I'm not used to eating 3 meals a day and snacks. So if it's something that works well with you, if that's what you're used to, that's great. I would definitely try it. I'm not saying I won't try it again, because I've looked into this and I've gone back a few different times, and it is so far the hardest. Well, I did the sardine challenge and the sardine challenge was so much easier than this challenge for me. So that's more information. I really suggest going to the website and doing the calculator. I have the link below in the notes that you can click on to go directly to that calculator to find out how many calories you would be having. Enter your information, how many calories, how many grams of carbs, how many grams of fat, how many grams of protein would you need to eat in a day, and then go from there. I put a spreadsheet together to enter all my food to try to figure out what I was going to eat for the day. And there's a lot that I normally would eat that I really couldn't. So like I said, I struggle with this one, and that's why they're called challenges, right? That's why I'm doing these challenges, to challenge myself, because otherwise I would not normally go to the chicken. And I know the whole process of you're eating leaner meats, you're going to be able to burn more fat, but I would almost rather eat more fat and not be hungry and lose the weight slower. Because that's all personal preference as far as that goes. So there are more videos. I'm going to be doing a video talking about my results and the PSMF after a week, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not enjoying this one. I did my 3 days in a row of the protein sparing modified fast with the lower calories, and I shouldn't have done them all together in a row, but I also was looking at my week going, these are the only days that I can really fit this in, because I'm traveling towards the end of the week and I have different things that I have to be out of town for. And so it's the only way I could fit it in my schedule. So that's another thing, figuring out how that's going to work in your schedule. It is one of the more complicated fasting challenges for me to fit in my schedule for traveling. I could do the sardines. Sardines would probably be a little, as I was cooking those on the stove, but I was only eating 1 can a day, really. So when you're only eating once a day, it's a lot easier to find somewhere to heat up something and cook something than when you're eating I don't even know how many times. I think I'm at like 4 or 5 times I'm eating, because I'm eating enough to be full or to be satisfied. I'm not eating to be stuffed, because you should really never eat to be stuffed. I'm eating so I'm satisfied, and then it's like 2 hours later I want something else. And I understand people now, if that's what you're experiencing when you're eating, I can understand why. When I say I can go 20 hours fasting, no problem, I can see why I'm getting all those crazy looks and the cravings from eating this way and eating such low fat. That's been a struggle. I wake up in the morning hungry and I'm like, no, I'm going to drink some water instead of eating something right away. So that's been my biggest struggle. So I just thank you for staying here, for being here, for watching me and being part of this video. Please go ahead and like this video if you found this interesting, if you learned anything. Share it with other friends that are thinking about maybe, and PSMF doesn't have to be carnivore. I am doing it carnivore. There are different recipes, and Maria has those on her website. Again, that's the link below. That website has the calculator as well. And share it with others. Let them know that this might be something that they're interested in. And make sure you subscribe and turn on those notifications so you're aware, you get notified the next update that I have on how this is going to go for me, because I'm not enjoying it so far. All right. Well, thank you, and you have a great day.